There is a specific type of person this video is about. They read, they think, they understand things most people around them cannot follow. They know how investments work. They know how the mind gets trapped. They have watched the videos, read the books, understood the ideas, and yet they are still broke. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack opportunity, but because being smart, and I mean this with complete precision, does not protect you from the hidden traps that keep people financially stuck. In fact, in some ways, being smart makes it worse. This is what the brain science shows, and this is what nobody explains. In 2013, researchers Sendil Mullainathan of Harvard University and Eldar Shafir of Princeton University published a study that changed everything. Their finding was simple. Scarcity, the constant stress of not having enough money, does not just hurt your wallet. It takes over your mind. What they found was that when people are deeply stressed about money, their brain power drops. The mental space you need for deep thinking, long-term planning, and controlling your impulses gets completely used up by daily financial panic. In their tests, it was the exact same as losing 13 IQ points overnight. Now, here is why this is dangerous for smart people specifically. A highly intelligent person under severe financial stress does not escape this brain drain. They just have more brain power to lose before anyone else notices. So, they survive the psychological cost of financial stress for much longer than most. And they do. For years. Sometimes decades. They truly believe that their intelligence will eventually solve the problem. It will not. Because the problem is not what you know. It is how your body reacts to stress. In 2019, neuroscientist Naomi I. Senberger at the University of California, Los Angeles, published research showing something terrifying. Financial threat triggers the exact same parts of the brain as actual physical danger. The deep survival circuits, the panic centers. When your bank account drops past a certain line, a line that is different for everyone set by your early childhood, your brain does not see a financial problem. It sees a wolf at the door. And a brain in survival mode does not care about long-term wealth building. It only cares about immediate relief. This is why highly intelligent people make financial choices they cannot explain later. Why someone who can easily explain the psychology of overspending still buys things they do not need. Why someone who understands how investments grow still cannot save money consistently. The rational part of your brain, the section at the front that handles smart decisions and long-term planning, goes completely offline the moment your survival instincts kick in. Your intelligence lives in that rational front section, but financial anxiety bypasses it completely. You are not making the choice. Your stressed body is. The exact point where your brain enters this financial survival mode was not set when you became an adult. It was set when you were a child. Back in the 1970s, researchers proved that your earliest experiences with safety create hidden psychological blueprints. These blueprints dictate how you handle security, fear, and comfort for the rest of your life. And we now know these blueprints control your money habits too. A child who grew up constantly hearing "we cannot afford that," or watching parents scream about bills, or feeling the specific fear of the lights being turned off, builds a financial threat model inside their body. A permanent alarm system. A baseline level of money below which their physical body does not feel safe. And that alarm system does not vanish because you got a degree. It does not vanish because you got a high-paying job. In 2021, Columbia University discovered that adults who experienced money issues before the age of 12 had drastically higher stress hormone responses to financial pressure later in life, even when their adult life was completely stable. Even when they were objectively doing great, the body still remembered the old fear. The intelligence grew up. The alarm system stayed exactly the same. This is the part that most finance videos never talk about, because it is uncomfortable. When your mind and body have been trained to expect money stress, having plenty of money actually feels threatening. Not on purpose, not in a way you can explain out loud, but at a deep biological level, whatever is unfamiliar feels dangerous. Psychologists studying high achievers discovered a strange pattern in the 1980s. People who rose to high positions from low-income families did not feel relaxed when their income grew. They felt intense psychological discomfort, because their inner identity was built around the struggle of not having enough. Making more money threatened that old identity. And your brain is built to always run toward what is familiar, even if what is familiar is objectively worse for you. This is what self-sabotage actually means. It is not a flaw in your character. It is not a lack of willpower. It is just your body trying to drag you back to a stressful state it is confused with safety. Smart people suffer from this much more painfully because they can see themselves doing it. They can describe their own self-sabotage in real time, using smart words, and still be completely powerless to stop it. Because talking is done by the rational mind. But this trap is controlled by your survival instincts. If the problem is not a lack of knowledge, then learning more facts is not the answer. If the problem is an alarm system trained by your history, then the solution must change the alarm system itself. In 2020, major brain research confirmed that the brain's fear circuits are not permanent. They change based on your daily experiences. They can be rewired, not through raw motivation, not through pure discipline alone, but through slowly showing your body tiny real-world experiences of financial safety. Small, undeniable proof that the old emergency is finally over. This is why your first step is not building a complex budget. It is not opening a stock account. It is building a small pattern. A pattern so tiny that your survival system does not even notice it, and so consistent that over time your body builds a new expectation, a new baseline, a new identity. Real wealth is not built in your wallet first. It is built in your nervous system first. And for intelligent people who have spent years knowing exactly what they should do, yet never doing it. This is not a failure of intelligence. It is just your body waiting to be shown that it is finally safe enough to let you win. The scientists who study this do not make viral internet clips. They publish their findings in heavy journals that the public never opens. But the systems they describe are running inside you right now. Shaping your choices, setting your limits, controlling your money habits completely out of sight. Just knowing this does not fix the problem. But it changes what you are actually fighting against. You are not fighting laziness. You are not fighting stupidity. You are fighting a body and a mind that learned how to survive long before you were old enough to choose your teachers. That is the brain science nobody explains. And now you have read the page they never intended for you to find. Top secret mind.